Hey everyone, this is Matt from End Sickness. Today I'm going to talk about getting your family and friends to believe that you have mold illness, that this is even a real thing. I dealt with this myself for years. I argue with my mom, argue with these other people about this mold thing as if it wasn't real. They're believing, no, how do you know this is real, Matt? She has this condition, that condition. It's a real thing. Who are you? Are you a doctor or something, right? And I would hear this over and over again, but the reality was I was right in the end. Mold illness was causing my daughter health issues. It is causing thousands and thousands of people problems over in the United States. And don't be shamed into believing that this is not true, because mold illness is a real thing. It is a real thing. It can cause you neurological symptoms. It can cause you autoimmune disease. It can cause you nearly any type of symptoms, whether it's migraines, seizures, skin issues, gut issues, the list goes on. So if someone's trying to make you believe that mold illness is not real, it's not actually happening, then go ahead and get a test to prove it, right? You can get an ERMI test, an ERMI test at home to show that you have an existing mold issue. You can go ahead and get a mycotoxin blood test, which is IgG, IgE mycotoxin blood test to show if you're reacting currently to molds in your home, to mycotoxins in your home. And then also you could do a mycotoxin urine test. A mycotoxin urine test will show how much of this mycotoxins are in your urine presently, and that'll prove right there that you're being exposed to mycotoxins. So if people were having a tough time believing that this mycotoxin thing is real, then don't worry about it. You don't need their approval. You don't need their approval. What you need to do is take action based upon what you need to do with your life, your own health, etc. You don't need their approval to be able to take action and get out of the moldy situation. You don't need their approval to be able to do the blood test, to be able to do the test at home, the dust analysis, the ERMI test. The reality is I personally waited for like 5 or 6 years and, didn't really do a whole lot about it, and I just kept believing what other people were telling me about mold and didn't believe that mold was the cause of my daughter's disability. And I moved place to place to place, and then eventually it just kind of smacked me in the face. Eventually I realized it had to be something in the air, because I was putting her into a school. When I picked her up, her face was all blushed, her eyes were crossing. There was clearly an environmental sensitivity that was happening. That's when it finally opened my eyes to what she was inhaling was the thing that was causing her symptoms more than anything. And this is something you have to embrace, because if you have an environmental sensitivity, it can be the thing that's causing the most issues of all. It was for my client, or many of my clients, for my daughter, myself. Once the antibody levels get really high, you become ultra reactive, or you have a ton of these mycotoxins in your environment. It can overwhelm your body and cause you lots of issues, undeniably. So if you're having issues with your family, your wife, your husband, your friends, your kids believing you about this mycotoxin thing, you really got to let that go. You don't need someone else's approval. This is a real thing that's happening. It's not hard to be able to research this and show that thousands of people, potentially millions of people now are dealing with mold illness and don't even realize it, and they're calling it this condition, that condition. The reality is you're just aware of this and nobody else is, and you got to give yourself credit for finding this answer, because this could be the thing that could really change your health, and you could help a lot of other people once you realize how much this could impact you, like myself. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Go to my website, endsickness.org. If you have your family beating you up about this mold illness thing, they're saying it's not real, then don't listen to them. You know what the truth is. You know what the truth is. Get the test done. See for sure that you have proof that this is your problem. If indeed, then follow my website. Go to my website. Go to my videos. I have plenty of options. Plenty of advice as to what to do next. And thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great day.